today, I mean, no, last night I was led to a verse, actually about maybe after midnight. So the verse was actually First Corinthians 1 verse 9. And no eye has seen, no ear has heard, no human mind has conceived to the things God has prepared for those who loved Him. So wala lang. So I'm actually sharing this verse today because um, apparently God also gave me this verse this afternoon when I went to the park with the guys that I work with, and it's just really amazing to just really share God's goodness, and for God to give me this kind of assurance despite the challenges, despite the difficulties, despite the craziness of life. Like I understand it's very easy to go back and slide back to how we think, how we feel, just because of our situations or how we came across just crazy situations. I don't know if that make any sense to you, but it's very easy to just slide back and like, hey, this is really hard, this is very difficult, I don't think I can carry on. And because you know what, I am guilty of that, I'm very guilty of that, and I did felt that last night, that it's very difficult sometimes. And when, especially when we don't really understand what's going on with the situation, we don't really get why we are in this kind of situation. And sometimes you question, not, you don't question God, but you question yourself if you can actually manage, if you can do it. You question yourself if strong, am I that strong to just keep going. And I mean, it's just really easy to question us, to question the situation. But we forget that we already have God in us, and we already have Jesus in us, and we just have to go back and dig in there that, oh yeah, hey, you know what, don't carry this burden, do not carry this, do not carry your own cross. Just go back to the verses, go back to the promises, go back to the faithfulness of the Lord. And it's amazing because you know what God gave me the peace last night is that the same verse that I actually saw today. And it's amazing. It's amazing that we have a God who's very alive in our hearts. We have the words of God who can actually live in our hearts if we just allow Him to actually stay in us, with us, through us. I'm really sharing this because um, it's difficult. Life is very difficult. Life is not easy, especially if you're a Christian and you're a growing Christian. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be like a walk in the park. It's not going to be like, hey, you know what? I have God. I'm fine. That's it. No, it's not going to be like that. Sometimes people will be there to distract you, and sometimes people will tell you words that they shouldn't even supposed to say, because sometimes those words can actually affect you, even if you're a Christian and you have the words of God and you have God's promises and encouragement. And some other people actually will also encourage you to just go back to the word, to just be reminded of God's love, to be reminded how awesome our God is and the God that we're serving. And you know what? The life I lived before is not the best life. Like I know that in the past I've done things. I mean, I've done worldly things, and the reason why I'm like this now, why I'm exploding in the Lord, because I know how it feels like to be in that situation, to be really lost in the world and not have the joy that comes from God. And it's very temporary. I mean, you feel fine, but there's always something missing. You're always empty. You're always looking for something. You always have this temporariness in your heart. But you know what? Just seek God with all your heart. Seek Him with all your heart. I mean, I always tell my friends whenever I have devotions, and I mean, if I talk to like a few friends, God gave us a gift. God gave us a free gift of salvation. If we have a gift and the receiver doesn't want the gift, he's not gonna get the gift. No matter how hard, no matter how I persuaded this person, hey, I have a gift for you, just come on and take it. If he's not gonna take it, you're not gonna get it. Or if you're not gonna take it, you're not gonna get it. No matter how hard I try to just give it to you, you're not gonna take the gift. So we still have the sole responsibility to really receive God's word, to really receive Him with all our hearts and soul and mind and body, everything. It's not easy. It's not. It's not easy. I'm telling you. There's gonna be a bump in the road. There will always be people who will try to drag you. There will always be challenges and just craziness. I cannot even explain it in words how hard and difficult it is. But you know what? he has been faithful. He's been faithful ever since day one. He's been faithful like in the beginning. He will still be faithful in between, and he's still gonna be faithful in the end. So just endure it, and stand firm. Stand your ground, and go back to the verse that I just said. No eye has seen, no ear has heard, no human mind can ever conceive to what God has prepared to those who love Him. Those who love Him. So if you love God, we already have that assurance. We already have God's faithfulness in us. We are God's child. So yeah, cling on to that. Take care. I love you.